What is the meaning of digitalization of the construction industry? There is no alternative to digitalization. Even on the building site, construction needs to catch up. Digitalization is about businesses encountering connected systems at every link in the value chain. It is about working with tools and practices based on information and communication technology. This understanding is changing the role of digital technologies. They are no longer mere tools to help companies to do the same things a bit better. Instead, they fundamentally change the way business is done. Digitalization permeates every part of every company, multinational and mid-caps, all-rounder and specialists alike. A glance at other industries shows the extent to which digitalization is turning proven and familiar practices on their head. In the music industry, for example, digital offerings already accounts for 46% of total sales worldwide. For example, the apps of Spotify and Joox. On this kind of scale, it is certainly reasonable to speak of a revolution, especially as one has to assume that digitalization has replaced legacy business model in their entirety. So, what will happen if a company ignores digitalization? Is it a mistake? Companies face the challenge of deciding which approaches suit them best and how they can be implemented. Ignoring digitalization entirely is not one of the options. Recent development in construction and other branches of industry shows that there is no stopping the megatrend toward digitalization. So, Michael Tidal is a global director of a digital building at BIM Project, the world's largest database of downloadable BIM objects. He has something to say about this topic, so let us hear what he has to say.
This is a business of crisis, and a lot of this is also about that the building industry really hasn't digitized. The processes are very old, the means of coordinations are very, very old, and the standardization around this is in shambles. The biggest challenge the entire industry has is a little bit around digitization, but more about fragmentarization and compartmentalization. We have actually not achieved the level of coordination that an industry needs. So if you go to any building site anywhere in the world, you will see lots of confused people carrying rebar and bricks and timber, and they're working with their hands. Where are the robots? Where is the pre-production? Of course, there are really good examples from place to place, but overall, this is not an industry. This is a handicraft business. We need to utilize new processes and new tools from the early stages of analysis and planning and design, but we also need to really digitize the production phase of this industry. We need to digitize all these steps, and we can't compartmentalize this digitization. It must be the same information that flows throughout the old processes.
Almost every sector is touched by digital transformation, and more project managers will be required to manage the rapid changes it is causing. But it is also changing the project management profession itself. So, professionals and project management institutes are having to adapt.
Products and systems that must be disrupted. And what we're discovering is that in order to reinvent ourselves, we must disrupt ourselves or be disrupted. And if we don't, some young, fresh-faced, well-funded startup will come and take our market share and our customers away from us.
A lot of traditional responsibilities of the project manager can actually now be taken over by technology. Things like scheduling and planning and things which can be done by software or technology, and he or she can actually spend more time thinking how to get the business alignment of the project, which is very important. Today, projects are talked about as strategy, delivery of strategy. That's the real project manager's role, and technology will help project manager to align the business part of the project with the delivery.
Digital transformations are going to change the role of the project manager and project management in big ways. They're going to be strategic leaders of their organizations.
A lot of things is dramatically enhancing the construction industry. It's improving safety and efficiency with smart technology that makes the impossible possible. It's early Monday morning. Site supervisor Nazri logged in for the start for his workday by turning on the ignition in his truck company. The construction company can see Nazri in his truck en route to his current project. His truck performance metrics such as mileage and stops are recorded automatically for better fuel management. Arriving at the job site, Nazri is checked in automatically. His crew and sub-trades are notified that he is on site so they can begin reporting to him. Nazri has access on the location of the employee and heavy equipment at all times, further ensuring the safety of workers and preventing loss of valuable assets. Tasks are automated using digital forms connected to the back office of Nazri Construction Company. Workflows for delivery, change order, invoicing, scheduling, inspection, and quality control are all optimized to keep the project on schedule and on budget. The streamliness of Nazri works and daily records keeping predictive analysis has minimized downtime by tracking operating hours and analyzing usage of equipment, notifying Nazri and head office of maintenance needs. Back in the construction retailer, Nazri used managed Wi-Fi to send and receive data, files such as engineering diagrams and others. And his shift ends, a temporarily portable security system around the perimeter of the site will alert Nazri and his team to any motion after hours. Of all the major contributing industries, the construction industry have been the slowest to absorb all the untamable technological tornado that first wheeled up circa 1985 with 3D modeling. It has revved up ever since, producing more and more tools and software for efficient execution of work, and it has become more evident to everyone by now that there won't be subsiding of it anymore. The standout niche that have been taken over by digital technology are collaboration and information management. The advent of new technologies is redefining engineering practices and the way how we act towards difficult situations. Be it BIM, virtual reality, drones, 3D mapping, 3D printing, or mobile technology, understanding how all this could come together to facilitate a piece of work is indispensable for companies to involve. BIM, BIM, or Building Information Modeling have been lurking around now for a couple of years, but is yet to be accepted by the majority. BIM allows one to see the digital simulation of the projects even before a single brick have been laid. It helps with the mitigation and extermination of planning errors, permit faster calculation, quantifies the extra cost, and shows all the viable options available to execute a piece of work. The model that can be made through BIM have several dimensions of project information. 3D BIM can be used to assess the constructability of a building before the project is executed. 4D BIM enables visualization of the building model over time by simulating the construction process. 5D BIM assists with early budget estimation with high level of detail and accuracy. In conclusion, it is important to note that while the necessary digital evolution can be a threat if not approached properly, it is mainly a land of opportunities both regarding cost efficiency as well as regarding top-line client experience improvement and offer differentiation, market players' positions and values will be deeply impacted if today's leading players do not catch the ball in time. That is all. Thank you.
I would